Breaking the silence, taking the dive in. Nikki pulling strings like she playing the violin. Made in his likeness, radiant vibrance. Give them all glory, ain't no way to deny it. She gon' make you laugh, she gon' stimulate your mind. Making things shake, she ain't in no wasting time. They can come close, but can't imitate the grind. Got a different way to illustrate and innovate designs. BTS podcast, gotta watch that. Teaching us the game, that mean Nikki got class. If you watch it once, you gon' wanna stop back. This an opportunity that you cannot pass. Unleash your inner voice, cause better days coming. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Breaking the Silence. When we find courage to speak, we give others permission to heal, right? I'm your host, Arthur, Nick, and Nicole, and this is the podcast where we share stories that inspire, empower, and help you find your personal voice. And each week, I sit down with some amazing people, y'all, who are turning their pain into purpose and making an impact in this world that we're living in. So today, I'm honored to welcome Miss Charise Bennett to the platform. She is the founder of the Best Me Ever movement, helping high achieving women stop performing confidence and start living it. I should have met her a long time ago, right? She is also a part of the 2025 Distinguished Authors Guild. So after her countdown, please welcome this amazing woman to the platform.
We'll be just fine. We'll be just fine.
Hey, how you doing?
I am good. First of all, that theme music for the show, okay, whoever that was, she was singing down, baby. I was like, you know what? I was in it.
Thank you. That's actually one of my guests, Incognita. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
She
she
did
did
the
that.
intro, and then I have another artist that's doing my outro.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
I
can be
was
theme based.
grouping over here.
So now I gave everybody a snippet about you. Tell everybody a little bit more about you.
Hey, so my name is Charise Bennett. I call myself, I'm a self-love strategist. I'm a self-care coordinator. I'm a self-worth warrior, if you will, because I've made it my mission through the Best Me Ever movement to help you to understand that you are the best thing that ever happened to you, especially women. When we really figure out who we are, we come to that self-awareness and we practice self-love and self-care constantly. Then and only then can you stop pretending to be confident and actually be confident. And so I am in my 40s. I live in Chicago. I am currently a PhD student in psychology. In my regular job, I work as a director of operations for a nonprofit. I am single and I am child-free by choice. And I am literally loving who I am. And I've made my mission to make sure other people feel the same way about themselves, especially women. Because for too long, we've been told by society what we should be, what we ought to have. And if we don't meet these metrics, that we're not good enough and that we're not worth anything. And that's a flat out lie. And I want everybody to understand that. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell, I guess.
You a long time ago. You know what? When I saw your favorite song, I knew then that it was self-love involved. Baby, I'm a star.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there as I'm waiting for you to come in the studio. I'm like, wow, I love this. I've never heard that song by Prince, and I love Prince.
Really? Yeah, that is one of my favorites because he says, baby, I ain't got no money, but honey, I'm rich on personality. Like he come out the gate, like, you know what? Hell yeah. I ain't no money, but I'm rich because this personality, it'll get you everywhere. So that is one of my favorites.
Hey, those lyrics are the bomb. I was listening to those lyrics and I was like, this is motivating just sitting here listening to it.
Right?
So now I done found a new song to listen to.
Yeah, put it on your playlist when you need that motivation.
Right. For sure, I'm gonna listen to that now. But so now I gotta know, when did you fall in love with the pen and the paper?
Wow. Okay. So funny story. I got my undergrad degree is in English, right? So I started out as a French major because everybody says I'm Gen X, Zennial. So I'm at the age where everybody's like, go to college, just do what you love. And at the time, I loved my French classes in high school. I had just went to Paris on a trip. I was like, yeah, I'll be a French major. Why? Why I do that? I could read it, but I could never hear it to speak it well. So I switched to English. And from that moment on, I was like, oh, okay. Then I became an editor. I worked in publishing. And so I've always loved the written word. It wasn't until I started. So part of my story is I was unemployed for a good chunk of time, right? I had my bachelor's degree. I had my master's degree. I had taught for a few years. I had moved into educational publishing, right? And then in 2008, 9, when the economy bottom fell out, everybody lost their job. So I was unemployed for almost 2 years. And so when I started working again, I was working at a small company, very overqualified I was the oldest person there at like 33. It was like a small startup. And so what I started doing was writing about my daily journeys to work on Facebook. I started posting snippets about what was happening on the trains. I live in Chicago. So the CTA, the Chicago Transit Authority, I took the red line every day. And it is a hoot and a holler by itself. And so I started sharing these stories. And people started saying, like, you should just write this down. Just put it in a book. And I was like, it's just y'all find it funny because you know me. You know my personality. They're like, no, I have cousins in Texas who are reading these and cracking up because it's just that funny. So it took people pouring into me for me to realize, like, oh, this is something that I can actually do. Because it never occurred to me, I'm editing books. It never occurred to me to write a book. I don't know why. It just never did. And when that light bulb went off, when I was in this season of doubting who I was, and I was in this period of feeling like I didn't have any worth or feeling like I wasn't good enough because I didn't have a job, I didn't have a husband, kids, all these markers that society told me I should have met at all these metrics that I have felt like wasn't meeting, is when it occurred to me, like, you have gifts and you are worthy right now just as you are. Even if you never, get another job, even if you never have a high title or any of those things, you are still worthy. And it took me becoming self-aware to realize, like, oh, I can do this. Like, why am I doubting myself? Like, I'm so much better than I'm giving myself credit for. And it took the work of that. And that's how the Best Me Ever movement started. Like, understanding that you have to have value in your own self-worth, no matter what somebody says about you, to understand what that is, and then practice loving yourself to grow and to do all those things you want to do. So it took me hearing it from other people and deciding that I'm tired. I'm done with doubting myself. I'm done with not believing that I'm capable of these things, that I started to use my natural gifts, my talents that I already had, to put it on paper and create books and things that other people could enjoy. So
you know what? I believe that God gives us all talents, and some of us are more talented than others, but we don't know that in the beginning. We just try to find our purpose and trying to find ourselves, and we're lost out there. And then one day the light bulb goes off, and you're like, wait a minute, I know who I am.
Yeah.
And then once you step into who you are, then you be like, okay, it's easy. You take off.
Yeah. Once you stop trying to live for everybody else and be what everybody else told you to be, and when you start to practice self-awareness and loving yourself, then it's like things open up. Like, because I know plenty of women who are successful, doctorate degrees, great jobs, full families, that still don't feel like they are enough. It's like, well, why? It's because they haven't practiced self-love enough to know that even with all these things, you are still worthy by yourself. And so that's what I want to do with the Best Me Ever movement. Make everybody understand, like, you are worthy of being celebrated just as you are. Like, because all the things you have in your life, all the people you love, they could be gone today. And the only person you have to still be with is yourself. You are the only person you have to spend the rest of your life with. So working on that relationship has to be the job you do every single day.
Every single day. I agree. Man, I love it. I love the Best Me movement. Yes, I love it. So how did it feel to be nominated for the Distinguished Author Guild?
It was a wow moment. Like, you put stuff out there, and some people pick it up and read it like, oh, that's really good. But to have an organization see the value in it and say, you know what, this is worthy of being nominated, is like a wow moment. Like, oh, well, let me keep going. What else I got to say? Let me put something else on paper. Like, win or lose, I always win. I never lose. It's just an experience, just to be nominated, just to go into this situation with all these other amazing authors and to be recognized for my work is already a win. To have an opportunity to sit down with you and talk about it is already a win. Somebody I've never met before, right? Who knows when our paths would have crossed in the other way. I've already won so much by being a part of the Distinguished Authors Guild, and these opportunities that have come my way just by, sharing something that I loved and putting out there. So it's just been a wow moment, and I'm so appreciative of the work.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is an honor. Like you said, being able to have that Just say, you know what, somebody read my book and they liked it.
Right.
That's major. That's major. So how do you know? We gotta jump into writing now. How do you know when a book is truly finished?
So one of the things that I talk about in some of my other works is that I'm not a procrastinator per se, but I'm a perfectionist. And I had to get over that because I'm the person who won't write the next line until this line is perfect. And so I'm holding up my progress because I'm like, nope, I don't like that sentence. I got to no, I say this word too many times. Let me find a synonym. I'm that person who's like, I won't move on because I'm a linear thinker. I'm a linear writer. And so I had to get to the point of saying, okay, just stop. Like if you never push past yourself and get this line on paper to go to the next one, they'll never get finished. So I had to be okay with, if it's not perfect now, I can just revise it later. I had to let the perfectionism go because it was hindering all kinds of progress for me because I'm that person. So for anybody who's writing, and I encourage, like I've done workshops with people who want to write a book, like if there's something in you that you want to get it out, put it on paper, get past the perfectionism part of it because what editors are for, right? You pay somebody to fix it. That used to be my job. You pay somebody to fix it in the end, but just get it on paper and push through it. So do I feel like things are ever perfect for me? No. So I can read this book right now, even though it's Dagger Award nominated, and find a sentence. I'm like, yeah, I should have changed that. Like, I don't like that. And I've read it 1,000 times, but I'll still see something.
Perfection. You still got it in you.
I don't like it, but that's the editor in me.
So now tell me about now. How many books do you have out? You just have that one, or you have more?
No, I have. So the first book that I ever did was based on those Facebook posts I was telling you about. And so I was writing prayers to baby Jesus when I was at work because I was so bored, right? Every day I was just like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. So I was like, dear baby Jesus, please help me get through the day. If you shake your rattle of wakefulness in my face, I'll be okay. So that's what I was posting on Facebook. So I took all of those and put them in a book. And so since then, this is my fourth Dear Baby Jesus book that's also nominated too. And so what it is like little funny prayers that I write to baby Jesus because he's my favorite. And he's my favorite version of Jesus. And so I write these prayers that are funny but have some substance to them because it's important that you can laugh about things. I believe humor has healing power. So I've always pushed for that. So I've had like 4 baby Jesus books. I have a coloring book for self-care and probably 2 or 3 other books that are text heavy with journaling pages and some activity type pages for you to do because you can read it. So if I'm helping you, if it's a self-help book, yeah, you can read the text, but I want you to do something while you're reading it, right? You need to do the workbook to support what you just read. It's probably the teacher in me too. You need to have pages to journal to get your thoughts out on paper. So I have like 3 books like this, 4 baby Jesus types, and then the self-love coloring book.
Wow. Okay.
So I don't know what number that is, but yes.
So what keeps you going when the words don't, just won't come?
When the words just won't come, I do something else because I have so many other things to do, right? Because I do the speaking and the workshops, and of course I have school that I'm working on, and those papers are hard to write too. But when it's something that I know will help somebody else, because that's the purpose of me doing these books, right? It's to get somebody else to get to a place where they can say, I'm my biggest fan and not feel weird about it. Because I've talked to people about that. Like, you can say I'm my biggest fan and mean it, but people are like, oh, but that's the glory has to go to somebody. It's like, no. Like, even if you're religious, even if you believe in Christianity, if you follow that line of thinking, if everything that he made was fearfully and wonderfully made and he made you, then it makes you amazing too. So saying I'm my biggest fan is not that big of a deal, but getting people to understand that is really, really difficult sometimes because of so much indoctrination, so many limiting beliefs that we have and that we're trying to break. So whenever I'm feeling stuck about what I want to write, I think about that woman who is successful, right? Who has all the paper, who has all the family and all these accolades, but still feels less than. So I want to make sure that she understands that you are greater than. You're not less than, you're greater than. So when I get stuck, I focus on who this is going to help in the long run.
But you know what? Like, I come from an era where their villages existed.
Mm-hmm.
You learn something at home, you learn something at church, you learn something at school, and then you had the neighbors and the church members and everybody around you. If you was wrong, they put you in your place. If there was something that they need to, you need to learn, they taught you. Like, you had a village in my time, but now I think what it is, the villages don't exist anymore. Not just for children, but adults need those villages too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't have that now. So self-esteem starts when you're young. Because when I was young, I had low self-esteem, very low. I
Mhm.
didn't think nothing about myself. But then at the end of the day, you go to school and you get it from school because then you got the kids picking on you and
Right.
telling you what you're not. So
Right.
it starts there, and then you carry that forevermore. And then when you become an adult and you start to really looking in the mirror, because for a while I couldn't look in the mirror.
I'm glad you got past that.
And you start looking in the mirror, you're like, I love me.
You have
And
to.
then and when you do that, then boom, everything just goes away.
Yeah, and that's part of what we talk about, like through my Best Me Ever blueprint. Is like breaking down those limiting beliefs, because so many of us grew up not believing that we're good enough or not believing that we're
Mhm.
worth anything because of messaging we received. And so one person told you this terrible message, and then society reiterates it, school reiterates it. It becomes a fabric of who you are, and the only way to get free of that is to literally break it. Like, you have to do the internal work to break those beliefs and then start to believe something differently. So it's not an easy process. And even throughout my work in the Best Me Ever movement, I always advocate for therapy. If something I'm talking about hits something in you, like, I'm not a psychologist, a clinical psychologist where I can help you through that, go see the lady, right? Go lay on somebody's couch and deal with it, because I don't ever want you to feel like, oh, this is just something I have to deal with. Like, no, there are resources here for us to get the help that we need to grow, to break some of, because breaking those beliefs is hard work. It is not easy. It's not. And so I never want anybody to feel like, oh, I read her book and everything is good. Like, no. I'm just giving you the information so you can start thinking about it. Then go see the lady. Or
Then go
see lay on somebody's couch to really, really get in there and dig it up so that you can plant something better, because those things take root and they don't want to let go.
But see, it's funny you say that because, back in my era, they didn't believe in therapy.
Right. And
But
now that we're
now,
old enough and to make those decisions, we have free will, right? We're going to use that free will to fix what should have been fixed back then.
right?
We're going to go and do the work, because we can't keep saying, well, I didn't know. And they didn't tell. And that's what I heard all my life. Like, okay, that's what you heard all your life. But you're at a point now where you're feeling something different and you're thinking something different. Then you need to go figure out what that different is. You can't rest on, well, that's all I know. I know, because you know plenty. Google is free. If you want to know something else, you can go and do that work. But doing the work is scary for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. It
So
is.
it's my purpose to use humor as a way to pull you into it, right? Like, because we're gonna laugh, we're gonna have a good time, but at the same time, something I'm saying is gonna to hopefully crack some of that old limiting beliefs that you can go and deal with. So
Right. So do you have a particular process that you have to, go through when you're writing? Like, do you have to be like in a quiet area or outside somewhere? Some people say they best stuff come to when they ride in the car. So what is your process for writing?
for me, I'll let an idea, it'll hit me, and especially if I'm asleep, usually 3 o'clock in the morning when some idea hits me. Why 3 o'clock? I don't know. But I get my notes app out and try to write it down, or at least give myself a voice note. Most of the time, I don't know what I said, but eventually it'll hit me later, like, oh, that's what that was for. That's what that meant. And then I will start with a sketch of an outline of what I'm trying to do, and then work from that outline. I can work at home, but I prefer to work at home because I don't want to wear a bra. I like to sit in my house with my bra off. If I go outside, I got to put my bra on. I don't want to do that. So I need to be comfortable.
Oh man, it's funny.
I can't be outside with swinging. I gotta.
You was a mess. I can't be out there with a swing.
So I gotta be comfortable. Before I get into it. So I prefer to be at home. I have my office down here with all my stuff in it. But yeah, I can write outside, but I prefer to be in the house. And then I try to at least get a draft done before I go back in and start fixing. Because if I don't, I will stay on one sentence forever. So I have to just push it out, get your thoughts out. Then we'll go back.
And then edit and fix it. Ooh. So what's one line from one of your books that still gives you chills or makes you smile every time you read it?
Oh, wow. Let me think. I think in the Self-Love Makeover, which is one of the nominated books, I use the metaphor of going through the 6 aspects of self as the makeup application process. And because for people who wear makeup, it's a process, right? You got to clean your face, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I feel like doing that, making that analogy was so eye-opening for a lot of people. Like, oh, I never thought about it that way. And so writing that definitely made me feel good. But one of the things I add in this book are different sayings that I always use. And one of them being, you are the best thing that ever happened to you, right? For me, that's the tagline of the Best Me Ever movement. And understanding that when you make the decision that you want to be different, that you want to feel different, you make the decision to go after those feelings and to change your life, then you become the best thing that ever happened to you, because those things won't happen until you choose to make them happen, right? And so in that way, you are the best thing that ever happened to you. And so that I got that on a shirt, right? So many years ago. And I had a shirt that said, I am the best thing that ever happened to me. Not knowing that one day this would be the foundation of a business that I created. Like it was just something that came to me. I was like, I love that. I'm gonna put it on the shirt and I'm gonna take some pictures in it. And then here it is, probably 8 years later, that the Best Me Ever movement came to fruition. I'm like, that was the basis way back then. And I didn't even realize that's what was happening in that process. So
God was preparing you.
yeah.
He was preparing you for the best you. You didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it.
Wow. Congratulations on
Thank
all your success, because all these degrees, you're in school now. You're awesome. Congratulations on everything that you touch. You're gonna win. You know that.
I mean, I'm already
you already winning.
Talk to so many people. I'm already winning. I don't lose. I'm not good at it. So I try not to do that.
So if you were writing a playlist, if you had a playlist for all your books, right, and it had a theme song, what would it be?
Wow, a theme song for all the books. Okay. So Renaissance, Beyonce's last album before Cowboy Carter, to me, it's a self-love manifesto. And so if I had to use one song from that album that would encompass all of my books, because the focus is loving on you, I would say Alien Superstar. Because in that she says, I'm one of one. I'm number one. I'm the only one. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, you are the only one. No one is, if you can see my poster, no one is better equipped to become the best ever version of you. So when you believe that you are that one and you act as if you are that one, then everything changes. So yeah, I would say Alien Superstar.
You even gave me another song to go listen to. I would go listen to that one. I've never heard that song.
Yes, it's called Alien Superstar. I'm one of one. I'm number one. I'm the only one. And so when you live your life as though you are the most important person in it, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's just selfish. It's not selfish when you're doing the work to take care of you, so you take care of everybody else that you love. You can't take care of anybody else if you are empty, if you don't feel confident in who you are, if you're not walking with your head up and your back straight. How is anybody else in your life going to see that? The children who look up to you, like we just talked about, if they see you all the way down and you don't have self-esteem and you feel like everything is the worst and you're the worst, what are they going to get? They're going to feel that same way, right? Until they grow up one day and read my book and be like, oh, I don't have to feel that way. But if you are that person leading by example, then they'll never get to that point, right?
You're the blueprint. You're the blueprint. When you start thinking about like that, and I didn't think like that for a while, but now when I think that way, like, I'm the blueprint. They got to follow me. The ones coming behind me.
Yes, that's my the name of my signature culture program, which is the Best Me Ever Blueprint. So that's what we go through. Like, we start with laying the foundation, and then we do the electrical, the wiring. We decorate, like all the steps they go through to build up who you are, so that you can lead somebody else. That's the Best Me Ever Blueprint that I work through my coaching program. So you got to look to somebody. It's got to come from somewhere. It may as well be you.
Right, got to come from somewhere. So now we're down to the last question,
Okay.
the least favorite part of the show for me, anyway. What story were you born to tell that no one else could?
Wow, what story was I born to tell? Okay, the story I was born to tell is that you have to rewrite the roadmap. I spent so many years feeling less than, because I was like, well, I'm not married, I don't have kids, I don't have all these things that I should have. I'm in my mid-30s, like I should have all these things. And I felt spent so much time feeling like, oh, I missed out, like, oh, I should have done this differently. When the fact of the matter is, did you ever want those things? Did I ever want those things? Or did I want those things because somebody said I was supposed to want those things? We spend so much time trying to meet the metrics and live up to a roadmap that somebody else laid out that was never ours, like that was theirs. And so coming to the understanding that you are an individual who's worthy of love and respect, and once you become to that awareness of what it is that you want, then things change. And that's like, I was born to tell that story. I was born to use my gift to make people laugh, to look at things differently, to critically think sometimes, and to break down some things, and to just throw out old behaviors that don't serve you anymore and to tell you how to do that. So that's a story I was born to tell. Sometimes you got to rewrite the roadmap. Like, don't spend your 20s lamenting the fact that, oh, I'm single, I should have a boyfriend by now, and love is this. And then you get to this age and you see so many women who were married in the early 20s, like, girl, don't do it. Please don't do it. Like, you get so many different variations of the story. And I think social media has provided that for us in so many different ways to see bigger pictures, to see different narratives that we didn't get when I was a kid, right? I can remember vividly watching Amen, right? You remember the show on NBC with Reuben Gregory and Thelma, and how she was in her 20s and every day she's lamenting the fact, oh, I'm single, I just need a man. I'm like, I don't want to be her. Like, I don't want to be that age worried about a man. And then there I was at that age worried about a man. Like, but that's what they told us we had to be. The single friend is always the worst off friend. It's like so many stories that we're told through media, through society, that simply aren't true. And getting to the point where you can break them. If I can be the voice to help you understand, like, that's not how you have to live. You have to search and want for this thing that you probably didn't want in the first place. If I have to be that person, then that is the story that I'm here to tell. Like, girl, it's okay. You fine.
But them was pitiful, boy. Them was pitiful.
Just pitiful.
And then when she met Reuben, she was really pitiful.
Even more pitiful. Like, and I can remember, like, oh, I want that to be me. Like, oh my God, I don't want it to be me. Then I get to the age, I'm like, oh shit, that is me. I'm sorry. But I wasn't whining. At least I had a job. She ain't had no job. But
no job. Live with a daddy, Lord.
But like, media told me that was not the life I was supposed to have, and I had to figure out what that life was for me. And so me telling my story helped somebody else to see, like, oh, I was looking at it the wrong way. Like, let me think about it this way. Then that's the story I'm here to tell. Like, you don't have to do that.
I know that's right. So now we're down to the unleash it segment, where I'm gonna give you one word.
Okay.
And then you gotta, first thing to come to your mind when I give that word, just unleash it. So I'm gonna run the countdown. When I come back, I'm gonna give you that word. Okay. Okay, so breaking the silence is all about unleashing your inner voice. So the way unleash it works is I give you one word, and when I give you that word, you unleash it and tell me what that word means to you. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Your word is your word is, drum roll, empower.
Empower women. Because once women feel empowered, everything changes. When women are empowered to live their full lives, to be their full selves, to walk in their fullness, then the whole atmosphere, everything shifts. So being empowered, to me, women being empowered will solve all the problems. We just elected Kamala, all problems. You see what I'm saying? When women are empowered, things shift. So empowered to me equals women every time, especially Black women. Yes.
Oh, you hear that on the nod? That was easy. I should have thought of you got it good. You had to think about it another women. All right, so now,
girl.
So now I'm gonna give you the spotlight to let everybody know how to get all those amazing books, where to follow your journey, all the good stuff about you, what's coming up for you, anything you want them to know. You know, I'd be like, don't tell all your business if you don't want to tell it. But anything you want them to know, you tell them that. So after the countdown, you're gonna be up here by yourself, and it'll be your moment. Okay.
All right.
What's up, everybody? First, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Breaking the Silence. Because without you, none of this would be possible. None of it. See, Breaking the Silence started off with my voice. Me coming out of my shell, me finding me, and doing something I should have done a long time ago. But then as time went by, I was like, you know what? There's some amazing people out here doing amazing things that I want to shine the light on. So that's why you are here. So thank you so much for being a part of Breaking the Silence and continuing to break the silence with me. But now I got to ask you to do me a favor. Real quick. Can you share this episode with somebody that resonates with, and make sure you do two more things. Subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss another episode. So let's get back into this episode.
Okay, so again, my name is Charise Bennett, and I'm the founder of the Best Me Ever movement. So if you're looking for me in these internet streets, you can find me at Best Me Ever movement across all the social platforms. You can also find my books on Amazon or on my website, which is www.bme, as in Best Me Ever movement.com. If you're on Facebook, you are welcome to join my free private Facebook group. It's called the Self-Love Society. We have conversations in there all the time, and we have our first live meetup coming up. So I would love for you to join me in the Self-Love Society. And then, of course, if you go to my website, you'll find out more about my coaching programs, more about my books, products, and all the things that I do. And I'm just excited about this opportunity, and I hope to see you somewhere in the internet soon, and that you continue to love on yourself, because no one else, as I said before, is better equipped to become the best ever version of you than you. And once you realize that you are the best thing that ever happened to you, everything that you are purposed to do opens up for you. And that's it. Take care.
She said, and that's it. But thank you so much for coming and
Thank you
sit
so
down with
much.
me for a minute and let me tell everybody about the amazing things that you're doing. I love this movement that you're on. If there's anything that I can do on my end to help me further you, let me know. We can collaborate in any
I
type
would
of
love
way.
to. Yes.
I'm there. I'm
Definitely.
there. So don't let this be the last conversation we have. I tell
No,
everybody.
we locked in now. I got your email. I can find you on Facebook. We locked in.
Okay, now we gotta stay locked in so we can continue to win together. So
Yeah.
congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
The nomination. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but for the nomination,
Yes, and the event is November 7th. So
No, it's
there are
in-
virtual tickets available and a live. If you're in Chicago, you can come hang out with us live. We'd love
so
to
they
meet
announced the winner at the actual event.
at the actual event on the 7th. Yeah, November 7th. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, so we will find out then. So yeah,
I was like, I hope I can make it. I was like, Lord, it's a couple of weeks from now.
it's
We'll
really
see. We'll see. We'll see if the wind blow me there. We'll see.
all right. It's a virtual option too if you can't get to Chicago, but it's virtual tickets, so you do that too.
Okay, I'll do that too. All right. Well, thank you so much to everybody else out there that's tuned into this amazing episode. Listen, make sure I've never heard of Dear Baby Jesus, and then she know I gotta get a book. She know we're gonna connect. I gotta get my autograph book. I always try to get my autograph books from my guests, but that's crazy how she was just saying something and then put it into a book. That's amazing. So y'all make sure y'all go and support. I say this all the time, that in order for us to get to the top, we have to do it together. We really do, y'all. We really do have to start winning together. Simple thing is sharing a post or liking a post can get somebody somewhere. It's the simple things. It's free. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Breaking the Silence. And remember that your voice has power. Use it. You already have the talents that God has already given you. Use them. So until next time, let's continue to break the silence. Later.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll raise my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate, but I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm nicking the cold, let's go. Promise you gon' see better days. Gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better days. You gotta keep going till you see them.